welcome to today's video. Rachel here, and today we are making a mock beef stew, beefless in Seattle as I have titled it. Although I've never seen sleepless in Seattle, and I don't think stew in Seattle have anything to do with one another, but it's a cute name. So I've been wanting to make a beef stew vegan for a while, and I wasn't sure how to substitute the beef. Should I do tofu? Should I do tempeh? Should I do a bean? And then I was like, no, let's do seitan. It's actually, I was kind of intimidated by seitan for a long time, but I really love it. It's actually really easy to make, and the main ingredient of it, vital wheat gluten, is actually really high in protein, and it's great for you. So I mean, you can't go wrong. It substitutes the beef perfectly. We're gonna season it with some delicious spices and then steam it, fold it in with our vegetable packed stew to make one awesome soup. So if you want to make this soup, let's do it right now. We'll begin by making the seitan. We're going to start with 1 cup of vital wheat gluten, add nutritional yeast, salt, pepper, garlic powder, and smoked paprika. Just mix that well to combine. Then we're going to make a well in the middle and add ketchup and soy sauce, or tamari, along with a 1/2 cup of water. And then just mix that together with your spatula until it's nice and combined. I like to get in there with my hand just to squeeze out and make sure there's no super dry spots. You can also add an extra tablespoon or 2 of water if yours feels too dry. And it should look just like this, just like a lump. And then we'll just add that to a steamer and steam that for 30 minutes. Then we'll prepare our vegetables for the soup: garlic, onion, carrot, parsnip, celery, and potato. We're going to start cooking the soup with 2 tablespoons of vegan butter. Then we're going to add all of our vegetables except the potato, and we're going to saute those down for a few minutes. You can do all of this while your seitan is steaming. We'll just fold that together. I added a pinch of salt and pepper here, and just cook that down for a few minutes. Then we'll add in our potato, along with a teaspoon of dried thyme. You could also use fresh if you have fresh. And tomato paste, and I'm using a vegetable bouillon paste as well, but if you're using vegetable broth, just forget about that. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce or tamari, and 1 tablespoon of balsamic vinegar, and 2 tablespoons of flour. The flour and the butter will create like a root in the soup and give it a nice creamy beef stew-like texture. Then we're gonna add 6 cups of water. I added them 2 cups at a time and then gave it a stir just to make sure there was no clumps of anything. And we're gonna bring this to a boil. Once it's boiling, we're gonna put the lid on that and let it simmer, reduce the heat to low for 20 minutes. Then you can slice up your seitan. It should be done steaming and cooled enough by now. I cut mine into like medium-large chunks, bite-sized pieces. And then we'll just set that aside until the stew is done boiling. After 20 minutes, we will fold in our seitan. The seitan absorbs some of the broth and just creates the most delicious texture when it's been sitting in overnight or for a day or 2. But you can also absolutely eat this fresh. And then we're also going to add in a couple handfuls of greens. Why not? Go greens! Woohoo! And then you're just going to remove that from the heat and serve as desired. I made some fresh bread to go with this, and it was just so good. I topped it with a little bit of extra black pepper, and it's perfect. I really hope you give this recipe a try. It's so good. And there you have it, folks, beefless in Seattle. I really hope you give this recipe a try. This is honestly probably one of my favorite recipes I've ever developed. I'm so happy with how it turned out. I'll have the full recipe in the description below, of course. I really hope you give it a try, or even if you don't, give me a like and comment if you think this recipe sounds awesome. Don't forget to subscribe, because I will upload a new recipe video every Friday. Until then, over and out. Oh my god, this hair. I'll see you next Friday.